Hello, everyone. I'm getting started a little bit later than I wanted to, but I'm glad that I did take the time to do a few things. So, let me do the announcement sort of things. God, I'm like almost 40 minutes late. I really am sorry, you guys. And I hope that this, that updated properly, I do believe. Let's click it again just to be sure. Let's test the chat because we didn't do that. That is working. Let's do a tweet and a Discord. And then we'll have some peelies of the Icicle reciprocal. It's like it's extremely optical illusion-y, but if you catch the different angles, you can get some really good views of the Icicle. One of the reasons I'm late is that I did get some outdoor pictures in natural light, but the sun decided to not come out until literally right now. I think you can see it getting stronger on my face and in my eyeball, like as I start streaming. When I was out there trying to take some pictures, it appeared to be fully cloudy. But, what are you going to do? That's always with nail polish. Like whenever you want to take pictures, you look outside and it's sunny, you go grab your camera and you go out there and it's like instantly cloudy. Okay, let's close you because you don't know how to be quiet. And let's get this tweet out. Musical. 20 minutes, then gone for an hour, and then back for 30 minutes. Well, I'm glad that you managed to catch me, or even more flatteringly, that you may be scheduled to when I was going live, because I'm like super not on time today. I do have a new coffee mug. It's gigantic. I mean, it's not filled with coffee, it's tea, but nobody calls it a tea mug. One of the reasons I was late is that I was outside trying to get some pictures of this in like natural lighting because it's I love it. It's exactly what I wanted, but it's super optical illusion-y and it's super hard to see some of the times. I mean, like right here, you might not even notice that there's any pattern, but as I flex it, you get to see some of the angles. Beanie, why don't you stay? Hey, Jersey. Hey, KJD. Oh, it's not even in your control. That is super lucky. That's almost like synchronicity, which is like when something happens and then something like so related or so similar happens. Yeah, I really. Hi, Karen. I've wanted to do this manicure for years, and I'm really sad that I only get to wear it for a day. But we'll have peelies to remember it by. And what I did was, like, since I was going outside to take pictures, and it's not that cold out. It's like, I don't want to make it dramatic, but it is winter in Minnesota. I wanted to find some icicles to take a picture of next to with my icicle manicure. So I went out in the backyard and I did find some icicles. They were some little tiny bogus icicles, but I did get an icicle picture with this manicure on. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Mino. Yeah, I've literally wanted to do this for years. Well, I don't know. How long ago did I do the purple reciprocal? You guys saw the proof in the old nail polish sketchbook that I had been thinking icicle manicure way back then. I mean, it was different colors and it wasn't triangular, but at the time I don't think I had triangular vinyls. That's probably like why I didn't do it at the time. Okay, let me just Discord before I forget. Make sure that as many people as possible know that the thing is happening at now. That didn't come out of my mouth coherently at all. Okay. So that's done, and then we can make this window very much smaller and stick it over here. Well, it's like it's been warm enough that stuff is melting, but it's like not creating impressive icicles. Like, the big icicles that look almost faceted, icicles with a bunch of character, icicles that are more than like 2 inches long. I mean, I just was a little bit disappointed in my Minnesota winter that there weren't better specimens out there. Yeah, I like personalizing it. And the bots, I don't trust the bots because Dr. Kurtron has one of those. And the murder bot is always late or it doesn't post at all. It's been working pretty good lately. But I've only ever, twice now. I've only ever forgotten to Discord twice. The once I just completely forgot. The other time I forgot to hit the button. I typed it out and didn't do the thing that let people see it. So, since I was going outside to take pictures, I oiled up my nails then, and then after I was done with the pictures, I gave my hands a good wash, so I shouldn't need to go wash my nails again before we do the water marble, because of course oil and water don't mix and are not ideal for water marbling conditions. Also, hello Caritha and hello Yo. Let me grab a cup here and fill it up. The water is, of course, safely away from my electronics. Hopefully I can avoid any horrible accidents. Of course, the Miracle Mat, one of the reasons I use the Miracle Mat when I'm, particularly when I'm live streaming, but pretty much I use it all the time now when I do nail art with just the paper towel on top of it, is that it does have the little raised edge here, and it can contain a surprising amount of water in the event that I did spill. But thankfully that really doesn't happen very often. So let's hook up the camera. The camera had its very first outdoor photo shoot. Had its first Minnesota winter exposure. It's doing good. This camera's a champ. This camera is almost more than I know how to handle. But I'll get there. You just gotta learn. And I try to not let that intimidate me. It can be intimidating, but you can't be intimidated. Kind of like streaming too. That was intimidating. Okay, so I do need to adjust this again because I was messing with the thing. So we're going to want to be right about here. So let's adjust this camera. And when we zoom in, we're going to want to be, so yeah, if that's like right where we could go a little bit. And once I finish and really like figure out, oops, that's not proper. Figure out like the final settings, if that's the right word, for this tripod. Why are you doing that? I see. Then I won't be messing with it like this every time. I'll just be able to hook it up and it'll already be good to go. But I don't quite there. That should be good. Okay, so first things first, it's the peel. What have I done? Twice as many likes as usual. Well, it's not a feature that I use, but there is that somewhere on Instagram you can go and look and see like who the people you're following have been liking. So maybe that's a little carry-on effect. That's great though. That's great. I never even, I mean, it makes sense. It's like, well, I don't ever use that silly feature, but I suppose some people must. Like if I'm looking for stuff to browse, I'm more likely to just go on the search tab. So before we peel, let's get this water just a little farther away from the action. Before we record the peel, we're going to find our edges. There. I think that oiling really does help. The other day, when I didn't want to oil, we really had a lot of trouble. There's that edge. Oh, excellent. Excellent. I think this is going to be a real satisfying one too, but peel off base coats, you would think they're like, oh, they're just all the same. People just sticking their own label on it, but I mean, even just in my very limited experience, they're very different. And I have to always keep that in mind when I switch between them. The Unt Ready for Takeoff really, I find, works better with a very thin layer. And I think it also goes back to what I said the other day about making sure that the peel off base is fully dry before you apply your base color. And I think the thinner coat obviously would help with that. I think we want to get a little bit, not too much closer. Got to have room for the peelies on screen. But the Madame Glam peel off that I have is like the opposite. It works better with a thicker coat. So I'm trying to remember when I did the Elmer's glue DIY version, which worked better. That was, I mean, I don't want to call it a disaster, but I was not impressed with my DIY efforts compared to an actual peel-off base. Now, yesterday, our peel was just, I don't want to say disastrous, because, I mean, it peeled, but it wasn't this satisfying. Like, look at these peelies, you guys. We got a stubborn one here. They're almost all just like full nail peelies though. A little bit of ripping at the edge on this one, but I mean, you can kind of, if they pop off in weird shapes, sometimes you can kind of pop them back into more of a domed shape, which is kind of more, I think, a little bit, for whatever reason, a little bit more visually pleasing than just a little crumpled peely like they can turn into when they get real stubborn. And I decided, and I posted this, I forgot to do that before I went live. God, I would have been even later. I'll have to remember to do it as soon as I'm done. I've started posting on Instagram again. And I'm going to wait until after 12 Days of Christmas to get back to posting speed tutorials and peelies. Because I think I'm just about at my limit as far as shit that I can get accomplished. I think adding that in there, like, I kind of want to, but I feel like that would just be the thing that all of a sudden I was just getting behind and getting really, really stressed out. So I decided the wiser move would be to just wait until after 12 Days of Christmas. I mean, really, only that one peeled poorly. I'm very happy with that. We've got a little bit of residue still. So that just goes to show that wasn't the only cause of that poor peel yesterday. I mean, look at all that residue. But the peel was still no problem. Ew. So again, I wonder if I didn't quite let it dry long enough. It's very, or maybe this just is how it is, and sometimes it just adheres better or worse to the nail. I mean, it's very stretchy. It's kind of hard to get on camera, but I think some people see that in their alarm. They're like, oh my God, it's your nail. It's not my nail. Your nail doesn't act like that. That's just base coat. Ooh, I should have held that up to the mic. That actually made a little very satisfying peeling sound. Okay, so get the rest of this sticky crap residue off. Get the rest of this polish off, and then we're going to go right into the water marble. So, as far as what comes after today, we need to do more testing, and I'm thinking that the additional testing is going to be tonight, so that tomorrow afternoon I can once again go directly into the tutorial. I feel like if I put off the testing until tomorrow afternoon, I would end up not getting to the actual manicure until too late in the afternoon, on a day when I'm not going to be like keeping the manicure. And then I was considering the rest of the days, and if I wanted to use my couple wiggle room days. Like I mentioned, I think the day we're not going to do a tutorial is probably going to be Friday. So to try and like accommodate more people that maybe can't make these afternoon streams, I'm thinking that Thursday's tutorial, which will be the green water marble, which we have no idea what that's even going to be yet. Thursday's tutorial may be an evening stream, because I'll probably keep the manicure on until Saturday, because Friday I'll be at Grandma's house as usual, and so I wouldn't be taking it off right away again. Hey, Polished Soul. Yeah, so this evening, I'm thinking probably around 8, sometime after dinner, will be the green testing stream. And I'm still not finalized on what the nail art is going to be for the green. Honestly, you guys, I kind of want to go a lazy way out. I kind of want to just do a smooshy. Because, like, whatever colors I will find to water marble together, you can smooshy just about anything. I mean, there's going to be differences, but I think I'm not for sure. I could still change my mind again. I've been changing my mind about the green the whole time. And then for the water marble, the green water marble, we're going to attempt like some kind of pattern that looks like a Christmas tree. And we'll see how that turns out. Because the problem with doing things like that is I think I can visualize like how the pattern needs to be drawn for it to end up looking like a Christmas tree. Because like it's water marble. It's not like you could just draw something in there and then it instantly looks like what you want it to look like. You're not just drawing in the line. You're drawing in all the stuff that's happening around the line. I mean, that's like what makes water marble is all the other stuff. The line is like the butterfly in the rainforest flapping its wings, and then the water marble is like the tsunami. Huh? Yeah, we talked about the mistletoe. I feel like mistletoe's kind of not cute enough, and I don't want to like diss mistletoe. No, I know what you mean, because people think they're like, oh, this mistletoe. Usually they're talking about holly. I'm not talking holly. I've done holly nails before, actually, long ago. The holly nails I'm thinking of are probably within the first year of my YouTube channel, so probably like around either Christmas 2009 or Christmas 2010. And oh my God, you guys, this patch is already failing. How did I not? I'm just like sitting here casually not noticing that this patch has failed. Can you see it? The silk is hanging in there. The break is completely open. It's partly my gel. It's partly the place this break is. You can really kind of see it's not this wide like it looks, but it is right in that spot. It's right at the free edge. And God, that's still so loud. I wish my phone had a mute button. I don't want to like completely unplug it. I'm not like, this isn't that critical that I need to like detach myself from the world, but I wish I could just mute it. So when the break is at like this point, right where the transition is, it's under a lot of pressure and it's difficult. The same thing kept happening with this break when it was down here. Now that it's grown out, it's been holding on just this super irritates me because we just redid this. We just redid this. Okay. I'll deal with it. I mean, I'm not cutting my nails. I'm not gonna like not have a nail on this finger halfway through 12 Days of Christmas. That's not happening. Ignoring it would also not be a good idea because then you're just going to lose the whole thing and then it's going to be even more of a hassle. So, I mean, I'm going to fix it, but I'm not happy about this. I'm just, it's so frustrating. Oh, okay, I did not fully properly clean up after yesterday either. I'm going to confess to y'all. True confessions. The desk is a disaster. The desk is usually a disaster. But I usually at least try to clean up most of the manicure debris in between manicures. Can I just, there. We'll go with that. Different shades of, I'm thinking like at least 2 to 3 greens plus a silver, possibly, or like a real shimmery silvery green. Because I did red with gold, and I usually do green with silver too. I have occasionally done red with silver and green with gold, but it goes against my natural inclination. And I love smooshies. I feel like they are the easy way out, but I also don't feel like that's necessarily 100% a bad thing. Like, I need to cut myself some slack during this series, or it stops being fun. You know, kind of like with the trees. Like, I wasn't 100% happy with the gold trees. There were some issues, but they were pretty good. They were good enough that I didn't feel like ashamed of them. I just feel like I could have improved them. Anyway. Yeah, the problem I have with wreaths, and it feels like it shouldn't be a problem, is I get them so big and then all of a sudden like they don't want to fit on my nail. The one time I successfully did a wreath, it was on my thumb and I still like barely fit it on there. I was also thinking of like, you know, similar to wreaths, like garland style, just draped across the nail. Okay, let's acetone. We're just doing a quick repair. I'm not soaking off the whole thing. In all likelihood, this is going to fail again in another day or two, and we are going to have to soak it off and redo the whole thing, but we're not doing it right now. It is actually just barely past the free edge, just out far enough that it makes going into the other side a little bit easier. It's still, I don't like, the closer it is to, I need more acetone in here too. The acetone will gradually like evaporate out of the little acetone bottle. I'm going to add some more in here right now. Try not to spill this all over the place. There. The whole point is to keep the brush flexible. So if it does start to get too low, I try to refill it, because if the brush is like half soft and half hard, that's also awkward. The water marble will probably be a swirl, but I'm also thinking maybe stripes. The water marble, I'm thinking to possibly see if I can get it to look like some kind of green candy cane. So we'll see though. Because a lot of times the thing with wanting to have a metallic silver in there is that metallic silvers do not necessarily water marble the best. So I just put a little gel under my nail, flex the brake a little bit to get the gel in there. And I'm going to add a little bit more on the top too, and on the side. In fact, I might reinforce the side again. I'm going to spray the Cure spray on the top and the bottom. Make sure to get in there. And then, where'd you go, orange stick? Make sure that it's like the brake is closed as it's curing. Like if it's gaping open, then it's gonna cure weird and not hold as well. Curing doesn't take very long. That should be, yeah, that's better. I'm going to add another layer on the top and at the side. Part of it too, I mean, maybe it's partly my own fault for doing so many manicures. Like I mentioned, when you're doing cleanup with acetone, of course, acetone is what you would soak the patch off with. So you have to be really careful when you're cleaning up around your patches not to flood the area with acetone or let the acetone just sit there. I'm going to do a little bit more on the underside too. Let the acetone just sit there like eating away at the patch. Whenever I'm working on the underside, if I can see any on my skin that I can just like get off with the orange stick before curing, I do that, because ew. Anybody that's worked with gel knows it's really uncomfortable to get on your skin. I'm sure it's probably not good for you either. Okay. That's done. I mean, that only took a couple minutes, but seriously, that's probably the 6th time I've patched that since it's broken, and it hasn't even been broken that long. I always make sure, I always like squeeze and then let it suck in air. Make sure it's clear before I stick the top back on. And we'll give this just a minute more to finish curing. Oh. Musical, that's an interesting idea. Or, oh, you guys, gears are turning in my head. Ideas are like popping off in my brain like fireworks. If you see me get this like distant look in my eye, it means that I'm just like visualizing things. I just had an awesome idea. Oh. Well, that's what we're gonna be doing tonight, you guys. Well, we're gonna have to pick colors first. I have no grains pulled. You guys remember the color splash technique, where it's a relative to a dry marble. You have a wet base, you have a lid or something, do a couple colors, kind of swirl them together, and then apply them in the wet. I could do that with some shades of green and create a wreath either with small drops or even with like little teardrops if I like drop and do a slight drag to create a little. And don't ask me how I got that from a smooshie with a negative space, but it like the gears literally were like, It would have looked like one of those Rube Goldberg machines. Like the idea starts here and then it goes through the mouse trap and then the mouse eats the cheese and then the ball rolls over here and an idea pops out the other end. Hey, Bean, what's out there, buddy? Oh, is those squirrels just like all over your roof, man? How dare... No, come on. The squirrels. The saga of the goddamn squirrels. We knocked down the nest and they're like, oh, we'll just have to build it again. And this roof right here, right outside my window, it's like, I'm on the second story. It's a one story. That's their highway. They're just... And as far as Bean's concerned, it's super, super fascinating. Yeah. Well, I was thinking silver. Would the silver be the background, or do I want to do, or gold? For some reason, I do like the idea of gold when I think of it as with a wreath. Maybe because I would really like to get like a really dark green in there. And dark greens, I feel like, go better with gold than light greens. Not that light greens don't go with gold. Just that I like dark greens with gold better. Okay, guys, we unfortunately cannot get that sidetracked. Because guess what? That's not what we're here for right now. I'm just checking if I can... Just like Dr. Crotron's Gunpla. You're feeling for that edge with your nail. If you can feel... Sometimes there'll be a little divot right where the break was. And if I feel that, usually I'll fill it in with a little bit more gel. I'm just going to slightly buff the top. I noticed during my manicure that I was slightly unhappy with my buffing on both these patches, actually. Because a gradient will point out those flaws with the quickness. But we'll just do this. We'll do a final swipe down with acetone. We've got... all of our colors. The only difference to the gradient is that we are going to be... Oh, we're super close. We're way too close. The only difference versus the gradient is that we are going to be basing with Beg, Borrow, and Steal, which is one of the chromes. Sometimes with the water marble, if you use a holo as the base and you're marbling with holos, it gets too hollow and the design kind of almost melts. Yes, now is the pretty ice water marble. I'll see you in a little while, Music Gal. Green and silver and gold. And like I went with such a yellow gold for the trees that if I used more of a chromy subtle gold... Dude, I even have green chromes. Maybe the whole thing is... Okay, we're not being sidetracked, you guys. I gotta hold my horses for a few more hours to tonight's stream. Sometimes it's so... that's just how my brain works. So, like, it just starts going off on that tangent. I tell myself I'm gonna stop, but I'm still thinking about it in the back of my head. And it's so fitting with my new green coffee mug. Looks almost teal on camera. It's a little bit more. Let's close it and put it here. There's the real color. And yes, my coffee mug is sideways because it's a really nice... Listen. That's the seal. Now, of course, like it's so tight, it's almost a hassle, so I don't always have it closed, but I can close it very securely. It's not going to spill when it's closed, and it also helps it keep hotter. So, pretty happy with it so far. And it's bigger, so I can fit more tea in there. So, hold on. Let's dump those over there so we can use this. Where's my... Hold on. This one. It was just upside down. I didn't notice it. So, when we were working on this, the last two tests, and it's so hollow and shiny, it's hard to show on camera, so I'm trying to like put it mostly shade. We did one with the light blue and one with the silver. Oh, that's right. We're not using all 4 colors. We're not using all 4 colors. We're using the silver and not the light blue. Okay. And we're using the other silver as the base. Now I remember. This is like important information. Okay. And how many rings were we doing? 3, 6, 9. 9 rings. Okay. 9 rings. Silver, no light blue, chrome base. Okay. God, was this the new orange stick or is this the new orange stick? They're both so crappy now. No, this one is. You know how I could tell? Because sometimes, like, I try to clean the edges, they get dirty. But you look at the body of the orange stick, and this one's much lighter just because it's been handled less. And it's just had less polish and less acetone to it. So this is the newer orange stick. It's still pretty dirty, but oh well. I'm not going to bust out a new orange stick every single water marble at 12 Days of Christmas, even though I'm kind of tempted to. So, we've got the base, silver, we've got ready for takeoff, we've got Sèche Vite, and in a minute here we're going to have some clean nails. Feel like I'm forgetting something, you guys. The tape's here. The Simply Peel is here. The tweezers are here. I'm just going through my steps in my head. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I get to a step and I go, oh, should have gotten out this. And then we'll know what I forgot. Because probably 99% of the time when I have that feeling that I forgot something, I forgot something. And it might be something super minor, and it might be something super important. You never know. Till it comes to the point where it's like, oh, that's what I forgot. Q-tips. Nope, I got a Q-tip. I've got a relatively clean orange stick. I mean, I've got my cup of water. I've got my camera. Maybe I'm just paranoid because I have been forgetting stuff lately. No, thankfully, nothing too important. That is one of my fears, though. That I'm going to forget to record something or that I'm going to forget to do something. And then by the time I get to recording the video, I already have the manicure removed. Because I have in the past a very handful of times, like just like when I cut stream, I try to immediately, even if I'm starving or whatever, like finish taking my pictures, finish recording the intro and the outro, because there have been times where I've like gone to put together a tutorial and I'm like, where are my hand shots? And I haven't taken any. And if I still have the manicure on, of course, that's like not a problem. Just take a minute and take the pictures. But if I've already removed the manicure, then it's time to improvise. But even if you successfully improvise, you still have that feeling of being pissed off at yourself. So you feel like it's unsuccessful even if it's passable. Well, maybe I should not speak for everyone. I do. It's like, man. And half the time nobody would even notice. You know, but I know, and then I feel like a failure. Then I remind myself, I'm not a failure. I'm just a creative person that's far too perfectionist for my own good. So, let's keep this handy as a reference. Keep this, actually, put that over there, and this here, and this here, and this here. And let's, on the camera, Might have to zoom in a little bit more here. No, not that close. I should look. I wonder if there's a way to have certain preset zooms. That would be super convenient as far as like for tutorials, because I like my tutorials to have some consistency to them. And I can in a way. This one is a little bit easier than my old camera to keep consistent. But I still feel like, I don't know, I wish I could just put like, you know, zoom 1, zoom 2, zoom 3 is like my quick sets to zoom into this level for tutorials, or to zoom in, you know, not quite this much for, I'm recording. I'm rambling here and I'm recording. But like, you know, this is for regular tutorials, a little bit not quite as close for water marbling, or, you know, not quite as close for the peel porn, stuff like that. I'll need to look into it. I did learn something new that I think should help me with my hand shots. I was talking with Sunburnt in Dr. Crotron's stream yesterday. And, or no, was that in Luke's stream? I think that was in Luke's stream. And she taught me a little bit about aperture and f-stop. And I think that I absorbed what she had to say. And I hope that it will solve my problem. We'll see when we take pictures after the tutorial today. I was having a problem like when I do my two-handed shots, that only one of the hands would be in focus. Like it's such a... I had the words yesterday because I said it and she knew what I was talking about, but the focal point was like, the focal point was so small or so tight that one of them would be slightly out of focus. And so she told me to make the aperture smaller and it should give me a more of a depth of field. I should know more about cameras, especially now that I have this big boy. Well, it's a little boy, but it's a big boy to me. It's a big boy compared to my previous camera. Hello. There we are. Hello. Focus, please. There we go. All right. Let's get started, guys. Starting out with clean, dry nails, we're going to begin with a base coat. I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base. That is not in focus. Focus here. What I'm going to have to... Okay. Let me... We're going to switch to this for while I'm recording, and then we're going to go back to the other setting for pictures. Yeah. I think that the thing I was just talking about as far as improving the depth of field, I think that was screwing with the... Hey, wait a minute. Are you not in macro mode? You're supposed to be in macro mode. Maybe that's also part of the problem. Hello here. Okay. Let's try this. At least I can easily see because the screen is literally right in front of my face. And that is super convenient. All right. Starting out with clean, dry nails, we're going to begin with a base coat. I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base, and you can use whichever is your personal favorite. Try not to apply too much on this pinky, this poor short pinky. That's what happens when I don't have any patience for failed patches and just cut off the broken part. That actually, was that day one's peel that happened on you guys? It was on stream. The peel was being really stubborn because I'd patched it with the manicure on, and I just kept forcing it, and the whole tip just popped right off. Yes, the joys of patched nails. But as it was just the pinky, and as it wasn't so low, I decided that I didn't care. And didn't feel like patching it again. Okay. Another thing I need to think about. So a couple of the designs. Well, a couple, how many? At least one. The other I can probably do gel the whole way. One of the designs that I'm doing, I'm going to need to layer regular polish and gel polish. So I'm deciding, like, what is a safe amount of time to give myself dry-wise to do that? Because if your regular polish is still wet when you layer it with gel, you're going to have problems. And even though I'm only going to wear it for one day, the problem that I do want to avoid is dimpling of the gel top coat, which it likes to do if the base is not completely dry. As I learned my lesson, when was that, you guys? A couple weeks ago. So I need to like time. Maybe that'll be the key. I'll time how long it takes, not just guess, to do one hand and then between doing my other hand, and then if I think it's fully dry, I'll move on. And if it's not, that's the problem. I need to decide, like, if I'm going to cut stream or if we're going to, like, do something else while we wait for it to dry enough to do gel polish on top of. Days 9 and 10 are going to be using chrome powders, a silver and a gold chrome powder. So the nail art for day 9 is going to be kind of like a wrapping paper inspired striped design. And I think I should be able to do that pretty much all gel. So I won't need to worry about dry time. But gels the gels that I have tested do not water marble. They react very differently, so it's not beyond possibility that there are gels out there that water marble. But for me, if I want to, since this is not going to be a let's experiment with chrome powder and regular polish type of manicure, I'm going to do the water marble with regular colors, make sure it's fully dry, then top that with the no wipe top coat specifically for the chrome. Yeah. And I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. So the wrapping paper nail art will be white with gold and silver stripes. See, there's another instance of using gold and silver together. I need to keep that in mind when I'm considering colors to go with the green. Although, I mean, it's fine to have lots of gold and silver. Why not? I just don't want the colors to all be super repetitive when I'm looking at the series as a whole. Then for the water marble, I'm thinking, like, it would be really easy to say, okay, we'll just do a black and white water marble, and one of them will be the chrome. But chrome looks a lot different over black than it looks over white. Plus, I'm not planning on using any black in the wrapping paper. The wrapping paper is going to be like real pure and shiny and bright and gold and silver and white, and so the water marble needs to be gold and silver and white. So I'm thinking of doing like a tone on tone white and off-white water marble, and then hand outlining the water marble designs to apply chrome to. And I can't decide if that is insane or if it's a good idea, or a little bit of both. You gonna hang out with us this time, Beanie? Okay, I think our base coat is dry enough now. We'll see if this pays off in tomorrow's peel. If we have more or less. Oops, my mug is in Beanie's shot. If we have more or less of that sticky residue, since we gave this a really nice long time to dry. So we'll go over all the colors, we'll do a base, and then we'll do protection, and then we'll do water marble. First we'll turn on the camera. Okay. Oh, I need to look at that later. The colors that we're going to be using today are from Color Club. They're mostly the same colors as we used in yesterday's Icicle Reciprocal. The darkest blue is Crystal Baller. The medium blue is Over the Moon. The silver is Harp on It. And for my base color, I'm actually going to be using another Color Club silver, and that's Beg, Borrow, and Steal. It's very similar, but it's not quite as hollow, and so it works out a little bit better as the base. Once I have that applied, I'm going to be protecting around my nails using Simply Peel and tape. All right. So, and this was I think I wore this one also on its own. I know, was it the green one? No, it was the blue. No, I don't remember. There's a Polish in Motion on YouTube for one of the holos from this collection. At least one. I don't always have as good of a memory for my Polish in Motions as I do for my tutorials. Partly because I kind of have a habit of recording them and then not uploading them. So I can never remember if I actually recorded one, and if I actually recorded one, whether that actually made it to YouTube or not. I gotta do better with that. Maybe when I eventually start getting caught up on my blog. That's gonna happen. One day, my blog will not be abandoned. Maybe when I do the posts, I can use that as an opportunity to go back and also post some of the Polish in Motions that I never used. And I think on camera, the chrome shininess of this really comes through. There is Holo also. I mean, it looks very, very silver. And like with the second coat, it's not quite a mirror finish, but it's a really nice smooth chrome. But once you get in different lighting, then the Holo pops out. A little more subtle than some, but it's there. I mean, there's plenty that are even more subtle as Holo, or that are promoted as being holographic when they're actually not. Okay. There we go. We'll get this tape dispenser up here. And I mean, tape is so sticky. It's so frustrating. It just collects beanie hairs and lint and dust. Like, I literally just put this roll on here a couple days ago, and it's already just so many little things stuck on it. Kind of irritating. Or I'm easily irritatable. Also a possibility. Maybe even a likelihood. Oh, we need to open this. And we need not quite that much tape. All right. And right around the cuticle and the knuckle. And really, I mean, it's easier to do all your nails with tape and then come back and do all your nails with Simply Peel, but I think it presents a little better for the tutorial to do one nail at a time. Especially as I don't, like include all of them, so it makes for less trimming and cutting when I'm editing. Oops, my test strip just fell. My reference. I'll need to get that because I do think I will possibly need a reference here. Is that? That's okay. And on this hand, I don't think I'm even going to worry about fold and tuck, because I'm not going to need to do anything with them. So we're just going to leave them right as they are because I feel like it makes it a little slightly bit easier to take them off. They're not hard to remove when you do a fold and tuck. And I'm talking about like on the underside of the nail. But they are easier when they're not folded and tucked. I think everybody's either like mesmerized by the protection process or has gone back to work. Everybody's so quiet. Which is fine. Lurkers make the world go round. But it's like, or this is just like the boring part and everybody's like, get to the water marbling already. I was thinking before I was going on, I was like, oh man, like streaming so many days in a row, I feel like I'm somewhat dropping the conversational ball. Like I'm running out of things to ramble about because, hey, we just rambled about a bunch of shit yesterday. Don't want to just ramble about the same old thing every single day. And removing a gel mani, oh my god. Even when that goes well, it's a pain in the butt. I feel like, except for, well, the soaking is a pain in the butt. The scraping is usually pretty satisfying. Wait, no, isn't it SYFY now or something? Yo, something super trendy because sci-fi is, needs to be rebranded. So the base color, Ashta, is basically, also hello, so that the colors are opaque because the water marble is basically, it's so thin, it's just like one layer of polish, and most polishes need 2 coats to get fully opaque. So having a base color just makes things stand out a little bit more and be a little bit more vibrant. Me and baby. Hi, baby. Hi, Sparkly. And I don't mean to pressure you guys into chatting. I was just like, man, people really got quiet. Seems like usually somebody's talking about something. It doesn't usually get this quiet this time of day. When I stream late, I'm completely used to it. Because I'll be getting quiet and chat will be getting quiet and people are getting sleepy and, it's like 2, 3 a.m. I'm not surprised that people are quiet. And then too, the danger is I stop looking at chat because nobody's chatting, and then I realize I've like forgotten, and then people have started talking again, and I've been like ignoring them. Hi, Anne. The AC guys just left 8 hours. Oh, were they replacing the whole thing? I kind of remember you saying that. It's not like it was just some little repair. Oh, painting the skin. So this is where'd it go? This is Simply Peel. It's a latex berry, and we're also using tape because Simply Peel will stick to each other on the sides of your nails. Oh, I'm still recording, you guys, as I just ramble because my new camera can just record forever and ever. It'll stick to itself, so that's why I started using tape on the sides But if you tape on your knuckles, then it makes it really hard to like flex your hands. So yeah, in just a moment, if you stick around for at least like 5 minutes, you will see why we use the Simply Peel. Because we're getting to the good part, y'all. Oh, and you know, I apologize. Because I was just sitting here thinking, oh no, we don't have water music. I forgot to make the peel porn music today, you guys. I hope you didn't miss it too much. I'm sure that's so likely. Make sure that we're centered here. Get you guys. Oh, we're going to have to get you guys a little bit zoomed out, aren't we? Zoom, 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 zoom. Boom, boom. Okay, that was one too many. There we go. Okay. So Beg, Borrow, and Steal is our base. We'll put that over there. Open up the other three. Ooh, that was a squeaky top. And we're going to clean the surface, because we always regret it when we don't clean the surface. Yeah. Uploading a video, that is work. And you know, that is actually, lately, especially during 12 Days of Christmas, one of my favorite lurk activities while twitching has been having somebody to keep me company while I'm editing and uploading, because I've been doing that every day in the evening, editing the pictures and uploading and all that stuff. And you know, it's really nice to have a little stream on in the background. Aw, talking to me. Hi, little baby girl. I don't know. I talk to babies like I talk to animals. Like, not in too cutesy of a voice, but you got to get a little cutesy. 10:30 for you. For me, it is 3:39. So, it's not super early. It's kind of early for me, because, I mean, I slept until 11, because I was up until 5. Because I don't know how to have a normal schedule, apparently. Inside and outside. Congratulations, Anne. You don't have to do shit for the rest of the day if you're asking my opinion, which I know you're not. But, like, that's a shitload of adulting to do in one day. Because for me, maybe it's different for you. That would be stressful for me, because that's a huge project. It has to be such a weight off your mind to have that done. So happy she's showing interest in nail art already. I've got, like, horrible nose itch right now, you guys. You made it. You are just in time, CJ. We just finished base coat, base color. Well, both of those. Protection, tape, and Simply Peel. And we are just going to get going here on the actual water marble. So let me, like, when the water's clean, it's clean, but don't, like, take that too much for granted, because, like, we've had times where I'm thinking, oh, we'll just get right into it. No, it's dirtier than it appears. So I always recommend cleaning the surface, even for your very first water marble. And then as you go along, you'll be able to see you know, I just had a thought. If I'm Yeah. Okay. That's okay. I'm just thinking as far as dipping here. It would be great if I could get away with only 2 cups per hand. But if I do that, then I would need to dip my thumb and my pinky together. Or thumb and index, but I find thumb and pinky a little bit easier. You do kind of like you do these 3 together, and then you do kind of a... It gets hard to get the other fingers fully out of the way, but you got to kind of like line the thumb and the pinky up next to each other. It's a little bit awkward, but it saves so much time. But then the design would be going the opposite direction on the thumb, unless I did it a little differently, like that. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. We'll do the other nails first. And I can see a little bean here floating in here already, so it is good to clean the surface, like I said. And these are a little tricky to see on camera, I know. Maybe you can see that little faint shimmer. I'm just pulling it all the way to the edge of the cup, all the way around. And then any little goobers or bits or dust or fuzz or cat hair or person hair will get stuck in the polish. Clean it off. We'll have a good, good clean surface to work on. Just woke up about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm naturally a night owl. I'm trying to get my schedule a little bit earlier just so that I can, like, see some daylight in winter. Like, it's already starting to get dim outside. I'm sure by the time I finish streaming, it will be dark. Okay. And we want to start... Wait, is this 10 drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10 drops. Oh, camera. I took so long my camera turned off. Let's just get going here. I do wish, so like when I'm in one mode, it measures the zoom one way, and when I'm recording, it measures the zoom in another way. And I wish I could get it to show it the same way both ways. There. Again, just partly, it's my own OCD. Probably nobody's going to notice if I'm 2 or 2.1 zoomed in, except for me. But I matter. I don't want to cater to my anxiety too much, but on the other hand, it's like the logical side of me agrees too. They should be consistent. 40% off. Oh, see, ordered some. Good. They take some practice. There can be some issues. I'm recording nothing again. I need to stop doing that. I start recording and then I start like just reading chat and not doing anything. For me, too, like using a layer sesh Vite before using a vinyl, it does give you that little bit of opportunity. It makes it a little bit easier if you need to do a bit of polish surgery, because even having to do a little bit of polish surgery on a vinyl is easier than like freehanding some of these vinyl designs. Some of the vinyl designs, I'm like, okay, why is there even a vinyl for this? But in some cases, you know, it's worth it. Oh, you do work nights, yeah. Yeah, I hope you like them, Anne. And they're not super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. And I like What's Up. You know, they're good quality. I had some problems with those triangles, but I think we identified why I was having those problems with the triangles. And really, I might even have had less problems if I'd used them the opposite direction on my nail, like with the point going toward the cuticle. But we'll see. We have 2 more designs in 12 Days of Christmas that are going to be using vinyl. So hopefully we can have some good luck. Excuse me. Oh my God. Apparently my new mug has not stopped my slurping problem. That burp will be edited out of the tutorial. The straight line ones are great, Anne. As usual, for a water marble, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Hello? Are you emptier than I think? Why can't I get a drop out of you? Let's try that again. As usual, for water marbling, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. There we go. The necks are so dirty, they're really sticking. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not loving how uneven this is. I think I'm going to keep recording this, but I think this is going to be the thumb and pinky. This isn't going to be the one that I feature. Ooh. We got a little bit of tearing there. That's fine. Very, very light touch. Oh, come on here. Don't pull all apart. This is really... Okay, I don't like this. We got to get rid of this. Is it too cold in here? No. It's 74 in here. It's actually pretty sure slightly warmer than when we were testing. So why am I not getting a good spread here? Because water marbling is never consistent. That's why. Oh, I think maybe I just need to work a little harder to get big drops. Yeah, the silver and the medium blue are on the lower side, so I just need to be sure to get some bigger drops. I think that'll help to get a better spread, and that will help to help it draw better. Yeah, the straight line ones, I like those. The narrowest width is about the width of striping tape, and it's so much easier, like in situations where you'd need multiple strips, to just peel them off of there than to sit there and cut the striping tape into like so many little pieces. Yeah, stamping. That was my other thought for the greens. We might do a little bit of that testing this evening also. It's 74 in my room, Josh. It is 74.4, which should be ideal temperature for water marbling. I mean, this really should be cooperating. It is the warmest room in the house because I have a little space heater right behind me. Because I don't like being cold, and my water marbles don't like being cold either. How are you, man? And the reason I was mentioning stamping is, anybody that wasn't here earlier, we're going to have an evening stream today also with, no, I haven't moved yet. Yeah. I don't hate winter as much when I don't have to go out in it every single morning. I can just look at it out my window. Yeah, and the thinnest ones are the ones I used in my most recent one, the green one for depression awareness. Yeah, that was, I'm just having a moment, like flashing back to that manicure. That turned out so good. But yeah, the testing tonight for the green manicures, which will be coming after today, what's going to work for water marbling and what is the nail art design going to be. So I don't know. So let's see. Concentrating on trying to get big drops if we can get a better result. Yeah, 65, I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible. And sometimes I think it's more that the water and the... See, I'm doing it again. Sometimes I think it's more that the water and the polish need to be the same size. So, like, keeping them in the same place for, several hours before using them together. Which I didn't necessarily do. This water still feels slightly cool because I brought it up from downstairs. But I brought it up, like, at least 2 hours ago. No, probably more like 3 hours ago. So it should be close to room temperature. Yeah, sometimes I'll just sit at the space heater and like warm up my hands. or like hunch over it and just like feel the heat like radiating off of it. Would it be cheating to do the green water marble as a veil? No, it would not. Actually, I was talking about green peppermints. A veil might make a very convincing green peppermint. Perfect for your breakfast. Yeah, you can go to bed right after this one is over, and if you don't sleep in too late, yeah, you can catch the evening stream. I think we at least have to test that, Karen. The thing that would be difficult is of course I could use a couple different veil marbling. In the testing that I have done, I was not super pleased with how it looked with more than one color of polish. So basically you're getting two colors. You're going to get the base color, and then you're going to get whatever color you decide to do the veil with. And I mean, I guess there's no reason I couldn't reduce the nail art to only two colors too, though. Usually I end up using more colors than that when I'm doing like freehand nail art. Freehand. Anything not water marble I kind of count as freehand, but it's really not. I mean, like, smooshies are not freehand nail art. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the green testing, but I'm also kind of nervous because, like, all the other designs, I've had more of a specific direction when I got to the testing phase. Like the icicles, I knew exactly what I wanted. The branches, the snow-covered branches, I knew exactly what I wanted. The red, I had some back and forth, but by the time I got to the testing, I pretty much knew what I wanted. And the green, which we're going to be recording tutorials for tomorrow and Thursday, I haven't done any testing on, I haven't pulled any polish for, and I'm not even sure what the design is going to be. So, plus, as intrigued as I am by the idea of possibly like green candy cane, green mint, candy, peppermint, and particularly with the veil, I'm also still kind of attached to my original idea, which was the Christmas tree water marble, which I've tried it a couple times before. I even have one that I called the Christmas tree marble, but I was like really not super pleased with it. But ooh, Stephanie, that's a really interesting idea. Hi, Johnny. Like, I'm thinking of like a couple different ways you could do that. I definitely, man, that's a fascinating idea. Because, like, you could either use like a French tip guide and do the veil. Oops, sorry guys. And then like peel it off and leave your French. Might need a little bit of help because some of the veils do get a little, because you're working with them already dry, it's not quite like a water marble where you can just cleanly peel it. It's already partially dry, so you probably would need a little bit of polish remover to help you out. Or you could just form the veil in such a way, because you can really pull it in a lot of different, it's a cool technique because it's almost in some ways more malleable than water marble. You can really pinch and pull it in the directions you want it. You could just form the veil so that it created the nice little French tip curve naturally in the design. Or not even try to go for a super clean French tip curve, but just apply the veil at the tip and let it have an organic shape. And there's like so many possibilities, Stephanie. You got to try them out, because I'm probably not going to. As fascinating as like all the ideas are in my head, or at least not during 12 Days of Christmas, veil marbling, like you would think, like the problem a lot of people have with water marbling is that the polish dries too fast. With veil marbling, you're working with dry polish, so you would think it would be easier, but it's not. It has just as many finicky, tricky problems as regular water marbling. And I don't think I want to, kind of like I was saying with the urge to go with the smooshie, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew during this series. Yes. Oh, Mino, I thought of you today because I saw, you guys know the fluid art, where they use like acrylic paints or different things and silicone, and it was like a fluid art, and they started with a wet white canvas base, and then they had like a string covered in paint, and then it was like, I wonder if I could find that. I kind of want to show you guys, because I feel like I'm doing a horrible job of describing it. Let me pull up my Instagram here. I suppose it's not going to have me logged in, and then I'm not going to remember. Oh, I am logged in. Yay. So can I see what I recently liked? Can I see... Can I view my liked things? Where the hell on computer do I see my liked things? I don't think I saved it. Oh, I did save it. Okay. Here we go. It's just a little quick one. Like that, because that's the first time I've seen it done like that. Like I said, before I'd seen it done with ink. That was super intriguing to me. It looked like flowers, like really cool pastel flowers. But brightly colorful pastel flowers. Anyway. Okay. Bigger drops, better water marble. Please cooperate with me, polish. Please, please, please. As usual, for a water marble, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Whoa. That's not... I need to stretch the first drop because it's not stretching all the way to the edge of the cup. That's part of the problem. I don't know if I block the ring light. No, you guys can see the blue, but you guys can't even see the first ring of silver, but it's not spreading all the way to the edge. That's part of the problem. It was definitely spreading better for me before. Now the surface is all dirty. Let me clean this up again before I start. Yeah, I know, Mino. I do, like, the whole fluid art, it's a thing I want to do. And I have a little thing of silicone. I also have some of those spotted style topper polishes. When Sinful Colors had some, God, that didn't clean up very well. My cleanup thing, it was like my cleanup thing was too thin. Let's try that again. I want to clean up the surface, not make the surface worse. Sinful Colors had a set of 5 of these spot effect polishes, and I believe that's the last time I went on a polish mission. I think I hit 4 different Walgreens in order to get all 5 of the polishes. 2 of the Walgreens didn't have the collection at all, and I think I got 1 or 2 at one Walgreens, and then the rest at the last one that I stopped at. So those are part of what makes the fluid art is partly with the cells that the polish forms. Partly it's just like all the polishes, wet and working together. It's a very, I would call it, like I say, very closely related to drip marbling. But the cells are a big part of it. But I see so many cool ones of that, and really part of what has kept me from doing it is, you guys know that I'm kind of intimidated by decals, and also I get super impatient and I don't want to wait for them to dry. So those are like the 2 things keeping me from really doing fluid art. But it started, well, I think it started like on Canvas and stuff like that video. So a lot of times I'll watch these painters and I'm like, well, that technique could work on nails, that technique could work on nails. Sometimes you'll see them and they'll have it like on a piece of paper, and they'll just like, there's so much. I mean, it's a huge hashtag on Instagram. If you are looking for something to just kill time and just visually ASMR out, hashtag fluid art. Oh, Sally Hansen has some. I don't think I've seen those. They aren't... Well, where else the hell would they even sell some for colors? Well, I suppose CVS. All on clearance. I haven't... Now, see, I'm trying to remember. They weren't on clearance last time I was in Walgreens, which was last month. What is today? I should need to refill my prescriptions in the next couple days. I'm gonna have to like see if I can do it early just so I could go and hit up the Sinful Colors clearance. I love Sinful Colors. Why would they do that? That's such a dumb move, Walgreens. Trying to tell. I don't know how heavy this mug is, but I think if this was my regular mug, it would be empty now. Ooh, I need to... but it's not my regular mug. It's my new mug, and my new mug is 20 ounces. Extra 4 ounces of delicious tea. Yeah, fluid nail art Friday. I've definitely seen those. Kyung Lee, her fluid arts are so bomb. So bomb. She's a huge inspiration for me. They sell them in... You know... Maybe they sell them in my Target too. Walmart has Sinful Colors. See, I never go in... Unless I'm on a mission for something specifically, I never go in Walmart. I think the last time I went in Walmart was on a mission for pure ice polish. Okay. Third or fourth or whatever time this is, the charm. Come on, camera. Oh, you're back just in time, Musical. We ain't done shit. The water marble's being an asshole, and none of my nails are water marbled yet. We're on try number 3 or 4 here for a good bullseye. As usual, for water marbling, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Stretch, please. I feel like they're... Oh, these bottles are really testing my patience. The bottles are partly empty. I'm having trouble getting large drops. And it just doesn't feel like it's spreading as well as it was the other day, even though it's warmer today in my room than it was then. Spread for me here. Okay. Once your bullseye is complete, you can stretch it out either up and down, or in this case, side to side. And then I'm going to be drawing in a bunch of narrow petals. Oh. I might just have to revise my dipping plan. It's drying at the edges so much. I don't know if I'm going to get enough for 3 nails out of this. And the center's almost too thick. Oh, why is it doing this to me, you guys? I'm not happy with this. Why are the edges so dry? Okay. Look here. We have drawing from all the way of one side of the cup all the way to the other side of the cup. We started with the silver. I mean, I've got this in the right order. Alright, I feel like desperate times call for desperate measures. The problem, I think, the main problem, is the size of the drops that I'm getting. So, we're just going to work on that. If a bottle's too empty, obviously, when you're just sticking it down there and the brush is, going down in there, if you tip it to the side and tilt the brush in there to the side, it can get coated more. Of course, with water marbling, that actually requires picking up the bottle so that you can dip it in there in some cases, because if you just try to tilt it, you're going to have a hard time. So let's... Okay. I'm keeping mindful of what somebody said about silly putty and silicone mats, and I already don't like silicone on my desk because my desk is such a piece of crap. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could use that would hold, 3 bottles neatly where I want them to be. And I don't think I really have anything that would fit that bill. You know what I could do? No, we'll just pick them up. That's the easiest solution. It's not, yeah. It's not ideal, but... Color Club at Walmart. I've heard that before. When I've been there, I've never seen Color Club. Yeah, and that too. More expensive and more variety too, I'm sure, at Trans Design. Yeah, make my room colder. I probably should make sure it doesn't get any warmer since these don't appear to appreciate the heat. And actually, I don't really need it much warmer than this anyway. So, turn off the space heater for now. Yeah, or like some tape. I'm just gonna, we're just gonna hold them. We're just gonna try our best. We're just gonna see how this goes. This was supposed to be easy, by the way, because we tested. As usual, for water marbling, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Oh, now the surface is dirty and we have an amoeba. That was a nice big drop, though. Tip it and dip it and drip it. What beat can we put that to? That could be my theme song. A damp kitchen rag. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. Except that, like, I'm just looking at where I would put it. I'm like, okay, that wouldn't work. No, this is gonna work. If this doesn't work, then we're gonna have to get creative. Okay. Clean surface. All prepared. Plenty of room on the memory card because I remembered to empty it when I exported yesterday. It's the water marble wrap. Tip it and dip it and drip it. That's not a rap beat. What am I even doing? I'm losing my mind because of water marble. That's what's happening. As usual for a water marble, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Yeah, this is better. Because we're actually getting drips. Come on here. Whoa. That's... There we go. Come on. Keep spreading. All right. Once your bullseye is complete, go ahead and draw up to the top and down to the bottom. And then draw in a series of narrow petals, just going from one side to the other. You guys, like, why are my edges drawing so fast? Like, I'm not... Lightning crashes. This is the freaking problem here. The edges are drawing too fast. I'm going as fast as I can. Where? All these. Drawing to and from the edges. With no problem. I mean, oh, still recording. Recording and recording and recording. Like, somebody commented on the Snowy Water Marble. They're like, oh, you make it look so easy. Everything's so perfect. Your polishes all work great. Like, no, you don't understand, though. Yeah, I mean, it's fresh water. It's maybe I should get some old water. Maybe that's the solution. I mean, I could change the water, or I could get another cup. I don't feel like it's the water. It wouldn't hurt to switch, though. We'll put this up here, hopefully out of the way. Got quite a collection up here. Get another cup. Maybe it's the cup. And we'll get some more water from over here. What, Bane? Do you have an idea why this isn't working? Oh. Was the blue testing done in a dirty cup? That was slightly not as full. Because, like, when you're working on testing and you're dipping water strips and those water strips are getting wet, they're taking out the water. And like we've discussed before, because the cup is not perfectly straight up and down sides, if you are less full, your circle is actually smaller. Less wide water level. Do I want it even lower than this? Like, I don't want it too low. If you get too low, it gets harder to dip your nails, and it gets too small, and it gets harder to... See, now, like, if I was, like, forensic, I could, like, match the width of this ring on the thing to, like, ooh, it's at this exact level here. Okay. We're maybe about not quite a half an inch lower than we were last time, I think. I don't know exactly how much smaller that makes the... Yeah, and if it spreads properly in the first place and continues to spread well, because, like, look at how narrow these outside rings are. I mean, not super narrow, but you see we've got a consistency on these outer rings, and they're skinny, and we were going all the way to the freaking edge, just about. The edge is actually the silver here. So we weren't going fully to the edge, but we had much better ring spreading, and the center wasn't doing such weird stuff. The center was staying pretty narrow. You know, I also kind of... You know what? Okay, hold on. Hold on here. Okay. Oh, desktop audio is muted. We'll actually keep it muted for right now. Let me look... Where are we here? Okay, I'm looking. I'm going back to the video and I'm looking. Okay, let's get going here. And you can probably hear me in the microphone. Let's mute that. Okay, let's get to where the water marbling starts. Yes. No. It's a fresh cup, but it's low filled. And where are we? The final testing for this was at the very end, I believe. And it was at the very end, which means the cup had at least like 8 tests dipped out of it already. Where? Yeah. Yeah, you guys, we're on track now. Is this the one or is the next one the one? Okay. One uno momento. Let me just I'm looking for one more thing here. No, that's not the one. Okay, that's not the one. Let's go a little further here. No, that's not it. Also not it. This one? Wow, that was not properly on the cup. If this is the one that I wanted, I'm irritated, and I also apologize because I don't know what I did to the camera, but it's only got like a third of the cup showing on it. Wait, 3, 6, 9, 10. This is the one. God damn it. Yes, fix the camera. You looked and saw. Fix it. Okay. Talking to my past self here. So, and I've got it muted. Oh my god, they were behaving so much better. I wonder if it is the water temperature. Let my hands warm you water. Because, yeah, it hasn't been up here maybe as long. I don't know. So is that the silver or the blue test? Because the silver and the light blue looked so similar. That's the light blue. Okay. I'm going to hope that lowering the water level solves the majority of this problem. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you guys. We are equipped with fresh... Well, actually, it's not fresh because we already learned it before. We're equipped with knowledge that we forgot we had. Oh, thank you, Sparkly. I'm just stubborn. Plus, I know that this is possible. Polish is lying to me right now. That's what I feel like. I feel like Polish, either you lied to me before or you're lying to me right now because this is possible and you're going to do this again and I'm going to do it on my nails and you're going to fucking cooperate even though we've been here fucking around for 2 hours. We're going to make this work. I mean, possibly, especially since we've been fucking around for 2 hours. Like, I can't give up now. Yeah, it is like baking. And if you put in that half a teaspoon of baking powder instead of half a teaspoon of baking soda, you're gonna be sorry. I don't know exactly what the equivalent is, but yeah. I mean, that's how I feel like Polish, man. You're a goddamn lie. Okay, let's let's see here what the test will, because we want to clean the surface. Spread nice. That's already spreading better. Pull you to the edges. I think I'm also gonna not fuck around and try to pull it like with the orange stick. I get very tempted to, but I'm just gonna try and do the drops as quickly as possible and hope that the drops encourage it to spread all the way to the edge. Hi, Dr. Crotron. We're trying real hard today. The polish is kind of trying to mess with me. Polish thinner in the water. I've never actually tried that. It shouldn't be necessary though, because we did this. This is not supposed to be testing. This is supposed to be the tutorial, because we already did this. There, where's the, there. Oh, it's so shiny and holographic and reflective and hard to show, but like, all we need to do is do that again and then dip our nails in it. Oh, okay. Camera on. We've got fresh, clean water. We've got a lower level. We're going to be picking up the bottles so that we get big, fat drops of polish. Beanie, can we have your blessing upon this water marble? Oh, the ear flicked. That was a yes. He's really a little nugget right now. Look at him. Tucked in there all. Yeah, it's a happy little accident tutorial. This has got to be the one. I thought it was possible that the stream could be over by now. Oh, you know what's different, Mino? You fell asleep right before marbling. It could be it's earlier in the day. The polishes are just not morning people. Well, it's not morning. Polishes are not afternoon people. They're evening people. No, don't go to bed. I want you to see at least one successful water marble. And this is going to be it. This is it, you guys. Power of positive thinking. As usual for a water marble, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Trying to go so fast here, you guys. I see it drifting off center. God damn it. Why are we going off center here, Bullseye? You want to explain that one to me? I'm going to try and get at least something usable out of this, but this will not be the one that is included in the tutorial. Unless it's just as like an extra. This is not going to be the narrated one. See, and we've got not just an off-center drip. You see that gap right next to the edge of the cup? Like, what is that? Right here, where it's all breaking apart. It's literally... Okay. I almost wonder... You guys see what I'm talking about here? Like, it's not uncommon for water marbles to drift to the side of the cup, but we actually have a spot here where it's like not... Like, the polish is breaking up. It's so weird. Alright, I'm actually gonna go get an entire whole new cup of water from downstairs out of the filter. I feel almost like there could have been some residue in the cup, like a little tiny bit of soap residue left over from washing, or who knows. I feel like there's a problem. We're gonna put this in case the other water coming from downstairs turns out to be too cold. Might have to end up going back to this, but I'm gonna be back. It'll be just a minute. I'm not gonna put any music on because it's just gonna be so fast. There is hope. I'll be right back, you guys. Good boy, Beanie. For once, he actually stayed with you guys while I was gone. Okay. Let's get a fresh cup. Now, like my cups, too. I try to be very mindful and very careful. Like when I pull them out of the bag, they're stored in the bag. And they're stored so that I'm pulling this off of the bottom of the stack. So it's not like the interior of the cup has been exposed to anything weird. Should be clean. A little bit fuller. Too full. It's like that much. There. Okay, let me set this up here. Out of the way. I hope this solves the problem. Let's clean the surface just to be on the safe side with that. All right. Let's cross all of our fingers. Thanks, Musical. If it continues to do this, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, we're using these colors and we're doing a water marble, and somehow we're gonna make it work. But I just hope that, for whatever reason, if that water got something weird in it, that this solves the issue. Let's actually do this also. Get myself a little bit more acetone for cleaning off the orange stick. Oh. Karen, thank you for the bit. And for all you guys that flatter me with the cheers in my channel, starting tomorrow, Twitch is going to be doing one of their charity campaigns. And when they do that, basically, when you cheer a cheer with a hashtag, a portion of that cheer will go, well, not a portion of that cheer, Twitch will donate based on the cheer to a charity. So in this case, starting tomorrow, if you cheer, I think it's 20 cents for every 100 bits will go to Direct Relief, I think is the charity. And it's going to be the 12th through the 27th. So I actually thought it started today, and I have a command already, and then I double-checked the dates, and I was like, oh, it's actually not until tomorrow. But if you want to get farming those bits so that you can cheer and support charity, I always feel like, I don't know, it's a completely easy thing. It's something that you would probably be doing anyway, and the donation comes out of Twitch's pocket, and I still get bits. So, oh, no wonder it's so dark in here. We didn't turn on our other lights. Now that the sun is going down, I notice. Maybe that was the difference, you guys. Now that these lights are on, everything will be fine. All right, here we go. As usual for a water marble, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. So far, so good. We're centered. We're spreading. We're getting good-sized drops. Oops. 3 more. The fact that it stopped spreading is worrying me just a bit. But just a bit, because it was like this when I checked the video too. And I kind of pushed my luck and it worked out. Okay. Once your bullseye is complete, you can draw out to the sides or up to the top and bottom, like that. Then we're going to be drawing in some chevrons, some petals from one side to the other. It's sticky at the edges. So, but there we go. In this case, part of me wants to just like hurry, dip as many fingers as possible, get done with this manicure. But because I'm not being able to get what I consider to be satisfactory designs all the way across the cup, I don't think it's wide enough to dip 3 fingers at a time. So I'm going to end up dipping 2 fingers at a time and the thumb by itself. And in this case, I think I'm going to dip just the thumb. Once you've finished your design, you can dip in your nails. In this case, I'm just going to be dipping my thumb, and I'm going to aim so that the points of the petals are toward the tip. Go ahead and dip in carefully. Then you can clean off the surface with your orange stick so that there's no residue left. You don't want that to stick on top of your design. Then go ahead and slowly pull out, and there's the Icicle water marble. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a tweezers, make it a little bit easier to remove my protection. Let's go ahead and grab it on one side, carefully, and peel off the tape and the latex. Then I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the rest of my nails. I'm not thrilled with that, you guys. Like, compared to my testing. But we got a usable water marble out of it. So, yeah. Yeah. It's still, like, it's spreading a little bit weird and it's drying at the edges. And I don't know why. And like when stuff like that happens, I completely understand why some people give up on water marble. It's frustrating, but it's worth it. I mean, this is not coming out quite as nice as my tests, but it's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. I just, I wish it was more of a learning experience. Because right now, it's just like, it's a fail, and I don't know, well, it's not a fail. It's a frustration. Look at this one's doing even worse. We'll see how it stretches. This was not a learning experience. All right, small. In fact, we're going to go in a little bit more here. We're going to start right here. Make sure to keep the point sharp, clean, and I'm trying to start where it's still wet and stop before it's super sticky. You see? Instead of going from edge to edge. I really need this to be enough for 2. Okay. This is kind of narrow. We're gonna do our pinky, because pinky's small and narrow. Gonna try and go for the goodest, best part of the design that we can. What is the goodest, best part? I don't know. Before it gets to the clumpy bits. And try to keep it fairly straight. That probably was a horrible, horrible camera angle. I feel like. I gotta spend some time thinking about that. Even though, I mean, I have a video. Oh, they're crooked. God damn it. I was really trying to get them in there straight. Grrr. It's also just, I feel like, kind of unfortunate. I was so happy with the reciprocal. And now I'm so irritated with the water marble. It just doesn't seem fair. We'll finish off these last two. Hopefully I can get them in here straight. Come on here. The lack of spread is kind of astonishing. And I think that contributed to how muddy these couple on my nails are looking. Should have gone to get more of the center in there if I could have. Really, I feel like I'm really pushing it with these many drops, and that's unfortunate. Please stay in place. And if it doesn't spread all the way to the edges, it'll start moving around when you're drawing it too. Because it's just like floating in the water. Is this going to be wide enough for two? God, I'm so... Imagine if I got a good pattern from the whole one side all the way to the other side. It's crooked. It's crooked. I already know it. Yeah, one is straight and one's crooked. Sometimes, you guys, even despite all the testing, it just doesn't work out the way you want it to. I like... Actually, the index isn't as crooked as I thought. I'm not getting what I wanted out of this water marble. But it's too late to turn back now. Like the thumb looks pretty good. Like we've got the icicle looking bits. I feel like the middle and the index look okay too. The ring and the pinky are kind of a hot mess. Losing too much of the pattern. This would have been even more exacerbated if I'd have tried to use the light blue. So I am glad that I didn't do that. Let's clean these. zoom in here. Once you've finished, go ahead and clean up. You can use a Q-tip for any larger areas, and then go in around your cuticles and close to your nail with a small brush dipped in polish remover. Yeah, and part of it is the way that it was not spreading nicely. Like when you get too much polish. Oh my God! You guys. That's my index nail. That's my index nail right there on my hand instead of on the nail. It's all smooshed. I feel like just pounding on the table in anger. I can't fix this. I don't like any of these. I kind of want to start over. I mean, I have to redo this one. Not redoing it is not an option. It's smeared beyond recovery. Let's clean off my hand before I just like plant this blob of blue right on my white t-shirt, because that would be a completely me thing to do. I can't give up though, you guys. I mean, even if I give up on this design, I mean, these are the colors we used yesterday. We got to figure out something else to fucking do with these, because this is part of the series. I'm no. I just feel like just shouting from the rooftops. Mood equals shouting obscenities from the rooftops. Like, this was supposed to be ready to go. This was supposed to just work out just like the testing. I mean, I was aware in the back of my head that it might not work out just like the testing. Because, I mean, that's happened to me before. Many times. What do I want to do here? Because we've got base color on this hand. Let's just very carefully. And I'm not redoing this thumb, because I don't hate it. It's not the greatest, but I don't hate it. The next manicure isn't ready, Stephanie. That's the problem. We're testing for the next manicure tonight. Oh. Shit, we're testing for the next manicure tonight and it's 5 o'clock and we're not done with this manicure. Oh. I hope so, Caritha. Oh, man. I'm not giving up, but I'm just feeling very, like, irritated and unhappy. Okay. So, these are mostly cleaned up. We'll do a fresh layer of base coat. We'll do fresh protection. And what? And what? That is the question, though, you guys. I mean, I feel like I should probably use less drops. Like, cut it to possibly, instead of 10, 9 or 8. Because we're not getting the spread today. It's just not happening. We're definitely going to need a new paper towel. So, and probably a new cup too, and maybe fresh water again. Oh, silk nail tips. Yeah, those are still frustrating to me, Karen. Yeah. I wish you luck with it. I just like I've already watched back the testing video to see if I could like identify anything specific different that I was doing. We lowered the water in the cup. Did I try these in the opposite direction? Let's apply a fresh coat of ready for takeoff, and then I guess apparently let's do a couple other tests. Even though I thought we were done with testing. Okay. Just quickly painting over here. I know I'm off camera. You guys already saw me do this. Oh. Yeah, the problem with that is I don't want to... I mean, it's already super late. This manicure is already not going to be on for very long. But we're doing another manicure tomorrow afternoon. So the later we do this manicure, the less time it actually has to be at all of a manicure. Okay. So what if we go this order? Do you guys want to cooperate better if we go this order? I feel like surely I must have already tested this, but... I feel like they are spreading better like this. This is not my imagination. How many is that? 6? Seven. I'm gonna go 8. I wish it would not open up quite so much on the side there. You know, I think part of it is just the silver. Look at, I'm not even trying to get a real good design. Stay on the side, please. I'm just looking at how wet these are staying at the edges. Like there's a little bit of drying, but I can go almost edge to edge on that. So, what if we... So we were doing this order before, but we were starting with silver. So what if we start with 2 drops of blue? Spread. Whoops. That's like 7 drops. The blue stays really wet. I feel like I could get away with slightly more drops like that. It's drawing really clean. So part of the problem really is just that I was using silver at the edge, but why was the silver okay with being at the edge before? See how wide the silver still is in the middle here, though? Oops, I'm sorry, guys. I would like that to be a little bit narrower. Although, if we're going... Yeah. If I had a nail prepped, I might even dip in this. I would like to get... Shit, how much was that? 7. That was 7 drops. Let's try this one more time. One more test. Yeah, the silver is just kind of a bitch. Today. Maybe it's that time of the month. If the silver is a girl. Okay, so if I want to do 8, I kind of don't like that. So if I want to do 8 ending in silver, what if I do... Okay. Oh, gotta go to sleep, Mino. Thanks for hanging out. Maybe I'll see you when you wake up this evening. There will still be an evening stream. It might be shifted a little bit later, depending on how this goes, but we are testing tonight, because we need to test tonight. Okay, so what if we do... Okay, what if we clean off the surface? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What if I dip just a tiny bit right there? You get a little bit tiny skinnier? Not really, we just ended up with a hole. But we're wet pretty much edge to edge. Not quite though, even in this case. I like how this spread though. I'm mostly happy with how it's drawing. I think we'll use that combination when we get back to this point. Yeah. Take it out for dinner. Let it choose the movie. Dinner and a movie. I haven't been to the movies in so long. I want to go see the new Fantastic Beasts, but, 12 Days of Christmas. Okay, let's actually let's clear this surface and then let's get ourselves a fresh cup. Or should we get a fresh cup and then clear the surface? This is what dirty water looks like. Clean it up. I mean, I could just get more out of the cup, but I feel like this has been under the lights. This is warmed up just slightly. In fact, maybe I shouldn't even change the cup. Maybe we should just stick in this dirty cup. Let's not rock the boat. Let's stick with this same cup. You just sit over here for a minute, cup. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's not my base color. This is my base color. Okay, our base color is silver. The other silver, not the silver that we're marbling with. This is Beg Borrow Steel. It's one of the Halo chromes. It's not quite as holographic, but it's much more chromy and reflective. And at least the testing can't lie about base color like it lies about water marbling. So we don't have to question ourselves over this decision. Ah, beanie hair. Yeah, hair from you. Hair from you, boy. You comfortable enough there? Beanie. You comfy, little boy? He was so cute last night when he was laying around in here. Where'd the Simply Peel go? Right there. Nope. I mean, I could. Nobody's stopping me but me. But these are the colors we used in the reciprocal. So these are the colors we're using in the water marble. So far, with the exception of, in some cases, switching out the base color, I haven't added any colors, although I have taken colors away. Like in the snowy water marble, we did not use Harley because Harley didn't know how to act with the other polishes in the water. And in this case, we're not using, what was it, Blue Heaven? Yeah, we're not using Blue Heaven because it's too similar to the silver in the water. Where'd one of those tests go? Is this with both of them? No. Wait, is this one? I think it's so hard to show these holographic swatches. But in this one, I think this section here is the silver and the blue. And they're indistinguishable. Yeah, I barely can tell, but basically it creates just one wide ring that looks like it's the same color. So then we tried taking each of them out one at a time, and we decided to take out the lighter blue instead of the silver. Oh, Simply Peel. Don't want to forget that. God, you guys. This was not supposed to be a problem. It really wasn't. Oh, man. That's why I tell people that say I make it look so easy. Like, yeah, well, thank you. But obviously I don't leave the bloopers in the tutorial. That's not... You know, a nail art tutorial is like somebody's Instagram feed. Like, that's not the whole story of their life. The tutorial is not the whole story of the manicure. Like, the awkward bits get left out. Alright. We'll let this Simply Peel dry, and then we will hope for the best. You guys. And wouldn't it be wonderful to get to our other hand? All this work. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and we've got one nail done. And I'm not thrilled with this, but there's nothing particularly wrong with it that I can point at and be like, I hate that, so I don't want to redo it. Excuse me. Okay, I do need another fresh paper towel because I used up the one I was using. Don't fall, please. Don't rip there. Rip here. Rip where you're supposed to rip and don't fall. Damn it. Okay. That was harder than it should have been. Or maybe I made it harder than it needed to be. Yeah. Well, and like I said, we're getting so late here. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. Even I feel like a little bit of an idiot doing a manicure and then taking it off the next day. Ugh. The silver shop's at Goop. Isn't that Gwyneth Paltrow's company? Goop. I'm tired and hungry, you guys. Good thing I've still got tea in my new gigantic tea mug. See, calling it a tea mug sounds silly. Alright. Good old dirty cup here. Get the camera on. Thank goodness we've got such a big, thick memory card. We've got plenty of room to keep trying and trying and trying again. Actually, this is there. That's better. Let's fold and tuck this one for picking up bottles. As usual, for water marbling, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Come on. Don't stop spreading there. Okay. Once you've finished your bullseye with your orange stick, you can draw up to the top and down to the bottom. That's so wonky, you guys. This is going to have to be an extra one. This is not the one I want to narrate on. We're going to use it, but I don't like how wonky it is. Don't like the wonky. And I don't like how thick this silver is. Dang it. Roar. It's like when you draw it up and down, sometimes you'll get a nice skinny, what look like the beginning of a set of stripes, and sometimes you'll get like this weird thick thing. Is this enough for 2? I feel like it's not. I'm just dipping my pinky in here because I don't feel like it's enough for 2. And pinky, you're gonna go in right here. So weird. It's not quite straight or crooked. Oh. And I know I get quiet when I'm getting frustrated, you guys, so I do apologize, because that's not very interesting. I I think you see why I'm frustrated. This is just so irritating. Like, I test it and then it works fine, and then I go to do it on my nails and it just fucking won't cooperate. It won't stop blinking. Oh, it's maybe take the battery out if the battery is easily accessible. All right. Let's try one more time. I mean, one more time to try and get a good narrated one. We're going to be here till we get a manicure, regardless. Well, I guess if worse comes to worse. I don't know. Let's just hope this one goes good and it won't be a problem. As usual for water marbling, I'm working in a 5-ounce paper cup filled with room temperature filtered water. Spread for me, Paul. Well, at least this one is centered. We're rolling with it. Once your bullseye is complete, you can go ahead and lightly draw up to the top and down to the bottom. Then I'm going to be drawing in some skinny petals from one side of the cup to the other. And you obviously, like, between your different cups, you want to try and keep the width of the petals the same so that they are the same between all your nails, regardless of which cup they get dipped in. What do you think, you guys? Is this just barely wide enough for 2? Can I sneak 2 out of this? Once your design is complete, you can dip your nails. 1, 2, or possibly even 3 nails, depending on how wide your usable area of your design is. For this one, I think I'm going to go for 2. I'm going to line them in, try to keep them as straight as possible, and then dip in. With my orange stick, I'm going to clean off the surface so that doesn't stick to my design. And then I'm going to slowly pull out. And there's the water marble. With my tweezers, I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape and the latex, like so. And once I'm done with all my nails, then I'm going to go ahead and clean up. So you guys, that one didn't suck. Wasn't like greatest thing ever, but didn't suck. We've still got our ring finger to go here. So I feel like I should maybe have prepped my other hand before starting this, because if I get a big design, I'm going to be mad that I only have 1 nail to dip. But we're going now. And why is even just this one spreading better than the previous cup? Like, really? Look, I'm going to get a shitload of design out of this, and I'm only going to have 1 nail to dip. And obviously, like, when you don't go all the way to the edge of the cup, you end up with a little goober part. This is the best one yet, you guys. And I only have one nail to dip in here. I'm so damn irritated. So damn irritated. But you don't want to go all the way to that goobery area, of course. At least I think that dip was a pretty good view of the dip. And clean the other side over here. And then pull out. Okay. My anger is slightly soothed. Whoa. That would have reignited it. My anger is slightly soothed because that was progress toward an actual manicure. Dollar Nail Art is having a sale. I still need to go there. Hi, Luke. We're doing a thing that I'm not super thrilled with, but it is a thing. We've still got a handful of things to do, so actually let's carefully do a little bit of cleanup on this hand so it can dry before I move on to the other one. And I'm sad, baffled, frustrated. These things and more. We did a bunch of testing, and the testing was insufficient, apparently. The polish is acting different literally every time I drop it in the cup. So, we had a whole hand done, and we took off 4 nails and started over. So, that's about how this has been going. You didn't even ask, but I'm assuming you wanted to know. And maybe somebody that's lurking wanted to know, and they were just too shy to ask. Like, what the hell's going on here? Stream's been going on for hours. Shouldn't we have been able to finish a fucking manicure by now? Yes, we certainly fucking should have been. Hopefully I'm not driving anybody away with all the F-bombs. Like, oh my god. Colette has a mouth like a sailor. Why is that the saying? Like, I mean, I'm sure sailors curse. But, like, how... You know what I mean? Like, out of all the people that curse, how did they become the ones with the saying about, like, how they curse a lot? I don't know. I don't know. Who is downstairs? I hear somebody's here. And they're kind of loud. Oh. A handful, but I'm nailing it. Aw. Thanks, Luke. I don't feel like I'm nailing it, but I feel like I'm getting points for trying. And see, the thing is, I mean, I don't want to, like, lie to my YouTube people, but I also, one of the things I had to really learn was don't just, like, talk about how much you hate a manicure. Like, just shut your mouth. And I might say, you know, whether I really liked it or maybe didn't like it quite as much, but, like, this level of complaint will not be evident in the YouTube video. Through the magic of editing. Because somebody will love this just the way it is. And I don't hate it, you guys. I don't hate it. I hate the process in this case. I hate the inconsistency in the polish. I don't hate this manicure. It's not exactly what I was going for. It doesn't look as good as the testing, but I don't hate it. I'm just, it's making me in a bad mood. This is the equivalent of nail polish salt. I'm assuming Doc has probably gone back to work, but Doc, this is what I imagine. I'm not to this point in my speed running, but I imagine this is very similar to what it feels like when you're 5-10 minutes behind in a run and you don't have time to reset. Because I mean, we started over once. We don't have time to do that again. We don't. So this is what we have, and this is what we're going with. And as much as I love doing my nails, right now it's like not a completely fun experience. And that, like, even if that second round had gone like flawlessly, I would still be grumpy right now. Because it was a frustrating experience. Like the best is when you get a great manicure and it was fun to do. Like if you get a great manicure but it sucked, and by sucked I don't mean it took a long time or it was hard. I just mean like this was a sucky experience. It probably is not taking longer than the reciprocal gradient took, but I enjoyed that. It was fun. This is not fun. What would Bob Ross do? And nobody died, yes. Nobody died. And oddly enough, you know, this thumb might actually be one of the best ones. This thumb. Because like the way the silver lined up at the cuticle and is really dropping toward the tip, it looks very much like Icicle. Some of these others, there, if I get I really have to manipulate the angles to get you guys to be able to even see the water marble pattern on here because of the Holo. You know, some of these other ones are not bad, but they kind of aren't as icicle-y as the thumb. So there's that. But just as a reminder, this was our testing. This is what the nails should look like. And that's not the same. Oh, I actually, you know, Karen, I think I did do what Bob Ross would do. Because he'll tell you, if you mess up that mountain, just grab that knife. You can scrape the whole thing right off. Bob would have loved the peel-off base coat. Oh, no, actually, okay, that makes me feel a little better about it. I'm also getting probably a little bit loopy because, you know, no food, only tea for hours. We'll just do a mountainectomy. We'll scrape that mountain right off of there. Just like when he's about to add a cabin. He scrapes it off to make room, and then he goes, no, you know what we'll do now? We'll just do a cabinectomy. We'll cut the bottom of that cabin right off. We're just going to have to do a water marblectomy, guys. Okay. Can't lose it yet. Still got manicure to do. Hold your shit together for like another probably. I was going to say another 20 minutes, but realistically, it's probably going to be like an hour. Maybe not. What time is it now? 5:23. Can we wrap this up before 6:30, you guys? That would be awesome. Oh, that would give me enough time to have dinner and still keep the evening stream at about 8. I'm going to try to remember to add that to the thing below the stream also. And for anybody just joining me, there will be a testing stream this evening because tomorrow's manicure for day 7 of the 12 days of Christmas is something green that we don't know what it is yet. Oh. And we have a couple days of leeway, but not too much. Because, see, here's the thing. I need time to edit. And I already have one of those days spoken for. And because I'm an affiliate on Twitch, there is a 24-hour exclusivity clause, which means that anything I do on Twitch, I cannot post on YouTube for at least 24 hours. So, We need to finish all 12 days, keeping all those things in mind, and wrap it up with enough time for me to honor the 24-hour exclusivity clause, and of course edit and everything by whatever day the last day is supposed to be up, which I think is next week Thursday. I think I figured out. And I think we're on track to do that. Because I got started a little early. We used one of my wiggle room days last Friday. Friday is when I go see my grandma. And I'm planning to use another of the wiggle room days this Friday. That doesn't mean there won't be a stream. It just means that there probably will not be a tutorial. Stream will probably be testing. Or maybe if I have all my testing done, Hollow Knight. Because I miss Hollow Knight. And because I have an unfinished randomizer to complete that I really didn't want to leave undone. But I needed to. And for anybody that hung out with me that night when I was doing the randomizer, thanks for hanging out and understanding when I cut myself off at midnight, even though I wanted to continue playing. It was a very good call because I did get all the editing and stuff done just like I wanted to. And by the time I was done with all the editing, I was like, you know, I'm really glad that I didn't give in and stream for like an extra hour because I needed all this time. Okay, we'll let this dry. We'll marble. We'll think about dinner. I think I know what's for dinner. I think pork schnitzel is for dinner tonight. And squash. And maybe a vegetable. For sure, yo. And that's, I feel like that's important to me too. And the tutorials are to show you like how it's supposed to be done. Every now and then I will leave a blooper in my tutorials if it's like a funny blooper. But this, you know, the live streams and the couple behind the scenes videos that I did, this is the real, this is a tutorial. On the tutorial, it's going to look polished and great. I'm sure it will be. And by the time I have to edit this, maybe I'll even have changed my mind about how I feel about it, because I'll have some distance from this experience. But, yeah, editing is such a miracle, and testing is a huge part of it. Oh. But yeah, being flawless and perfect all the time isn't realistic. It's good to remember that. It's good to remind people of that too. So if I can do that, then well, it's I don't want to say if I can do that, it's not wasted, because it's already not wasted. We got a pretty manicure, and we're gonna have a tutorial, and nothing is ever wasted, because you either fail or you learn or you succeed or you don't. If you fail, you don't fail, you learn. Is that's the inspirationalness. Oh, I'm so tired. I think I've got like 6 hours of sleep the last couple nights, and that's not enough for me. I can function, but like I'm very aware that I'm functioning on not a lot of sleep. Hold on just a moment. I got my new phone case the other day too when I got my new mount. It's purple. Stephanie, thank you for the bits. 10 little bitties all in a row. Where is my... I'm just looking here while the Simply Peel finishes to dry, because now that I mentioned it, I'm curious. One of the things I really like about my Fitbit is that it tracks my sleep. And, like, sometimes I'm like, why am I so tired? And then I look, I'm like, oh, I actually didn't get as much sleep as I thought I did. Because sometimes you just lose track of exactly when you go to sleep, or, you know, you don't do your math properly when you wake up. Hi, Sunburnt. You can catch a whole hand of water marbling because the first hand sucked balls. That's not very nice to say, is it? Is it sexist, too? Because women don't have balls? Sometimes I think that I say some shit, I'm like, that's not politically correct. You're live streaming politically inappropriate commentary, Colette, and then it's like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I don't mean those kind of balls, so it doesn't have to be sexist. Sucks mothballs. Sucks gumballs. Karen. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you guys for making me laugh. Even though, like, I'm laughing to the point almost of crying. Which I think it's easier to do when you're already, like... I kind of hesitate to call myself emotional over polished, but I am emotional just because it is, like, pressure and stressful and tired and all that stuff, but... Yes, I won't fucking worry about my fucking language. Yeah, we had this whole hand done sunburnt, and then we had to get rid of the... I decided we had to get rid of these 4 nails and remarble them. And honestly, with the exception of the one that was smeared and unrecoverable, I'm not sure if it was worth it. I'm honestly not. Maybe I'll change my mind once we add top coat. Oh. Yeah, I'm between stressed and tired and a little bit of hilarity and I kind of could. Well, I'll just sit here and stretch a little bit. Hey, Beanie ditched us. When did that happen? He's so quiet sometimes. I really don't notice when he leaves. Oh, well, that's super unflattering of my fat arms on camera. Let's not do that. No, I want to get it finished, Karen, because I want to have a time to have. I don't like eating in a hurry. That's why if I feel like, you know, if it's cutting it close, you'll see me update on Discord that stream is going to be late, because I'll have a late stream before I'm going to, like, hurry with dinner. Oh. Okay. Now, maybe we'll be able to do this in 3 instead of 4. One of the problems we were having, son, was we weren't getting the whole width of the cup with designs. So I was only able to dip 2 nails once, even though this is a fairly simple design. And that's just one of the problems. Oh, we also started out the stream with a failed patch. Imagine that. Of one of the ones we just freaking patched. I forgot I was supposed to be irritated about that. One irritation overcomes the other. Alright, what is our surface doing here? Oh crap. Are we dirty? Are we clean? Let's get the cat hair off the orange stick. I think we're good to go. Alright. We had to change our drop pattern from the testing, because the pattern that worked really great in testing was not working really great in reality. And the polish bottles are so close to empty that I gotta pick them up and tilt them in order to get proper size drops. That's not really a huge annoyance. I'm willing to do that for water marbles, but it just adds to it. In this case, like, when you get annoyed, I think it's likely that shit that normally you would let slide all of a sudden is an issue, kind of. Like, you just add on everything that's annoying you. Watch this just go great now that we're on our right hand and we're not even recording. Or not. That's a horrible... Well, it's not horrible, but, I mean, you guys have seen enough of my marbles to know what I'm looking for when I stretch the bullseye out like that. And our edges, once again, so gummy there. So, again, abbreviating our strokes. When you get stuck, just pull gently out. Don't start at the edge, don't draw all the way to the edge. I think we're going to go for our thumb on this one. See if we can get another one with a lot of silver at the base. That would be cool. Look, I'm going to go as close as I can. Like, you see, like I was mentioning, these goobers at the end of the points. If it was a little bit drier, you might be able to dip those out, but I'm just going to aim like the tip of my nail just so that it doesn't hit those, and then dip in. clean off the surface. And I mean, it's okay. It's not as good as the other thumb. I mean, as far as icicle-iness. Ooh, come on here, peel. Okay. And we got like some weird latex residue, Simply Peel residue. Oh. Extra polish everywhere. Get off me! Tape. Okay, latex is sticky, tape is even more sticky. That is one downside from switching to using partial tape. It's like it just is sticking everywhere. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm like, is it the temperature in my room? It shouldn't be. If anything, it's slightly warmer than when I was testing. Is it the water? It very well could have been. I think my first cup was contaminated with something. We switched cups. We switched paper cups. I got a whole new cup of filtered water. We did additional testing. It just, in the testing, the edges weren't drying so fast. I can see that I wasn't going all the way to the edge, but you guys see how there's no or very minimal goobers at the tips, and how even the rings are, like all throughout the thing. I don't know. Hi, Trixie. The problem is there are no decorations. Yeah, you know, it's weird. I remember at my office, whenever like we'd get visitors, they'd want you to clean up your area, and it was like they wanted us to look like robots. They were like, you know, people that had decorations up, they would ask them to take them down. I remember one time they even had people take down their like pictures that they had up on their cubicle walls. It's like, why would you want to present us like soulless robots just like in here? Like, who doesn't have fucking pictures on their cubicle walls? And I took them down, and I don't think I ever did put them back up. I just never bothered. And I know I complain an awful lot about my old office job. Everything there wasn't horrible. I mean, I was there for 10 years. But there are a lot of reasons why I left. And why a lot of the times I feel like I should have left even earlier than I did. There were a lot of good people there, but apparently most of those people were not my friend, except for like literally 2 people, I think, that I see at all since I no longer work there. One, we're Facebook friends, which is probably much even more unsatisfying on her end because I never post to Facebook. At least I get to see her Facebook posts. And one stops by here and streams sometimes and says hello. But I think unless I'm like overlooking somebody, and that kind of hurt a little bit. I was like, man, especially the people that acted like, oh yeah, let's get together. And then I made a point of sending out, an email with my personal contact information, personal email and cell phone and stuff. And hey, if you want to keep in contact, respond back and let me know your contact information. Crickets, y'all. Like, I feel like this center part is really good, but the edges are even drier. We have a lot of goobers to deal with here. So how do I want to do this? And 2, it's probably hard to see on camera. This area over here, we've got a lot of bald patches. So really, like, this center area is the best area, and I wish these goobers were at least like 1 ring farther out. I'm going for 2 because it's the second hand, it's the right hand because I'm tired and hungry, because I'm impatient, and because I just my patience is evaporating, or perhaps already evaporated. Okay, turn. Pop that little bubble there. Oh, I actually like that ring finger. Ah. In some cases too, though, because the rings aren't spreading enough, we've got thick polish in the center. And although it looks okay in the cup, you gotta remember what we're getting on our nail is the underside. We're not getting the design we see, we're getting the underside of that design. And that's why it turns out more blended on the nail. I mean, the rings are still there. If I can get at good angles, you guys can actually see the water marble pattern. These blue hollows are so difficult to show some of the effects sometimes because the reflections are just messing with you, but it's blendier than I would prefer. It's blendier than the testing because it's not spreading like it was. All of the issues basically are going back to it not spreading as well. But I don't know what is causing that. Dang it, get out of there. The tape is trying to go in my acetone. High-end jewelry retail. Oh, I can just imagine. Everybody that thinks they can buy your love for Christmas. Much more casual, yet no one decorated. I remember there was one old lady. She was like the office grandma. Her name was Billy. And she would just go all out for every freaking holiday. Easter, be tinsel all over the shelves and little bunnies and eggs and Christmas lights. Beanie, it's dark outside. The squirrels are asleep. Come here in your chair. Yeah, come here in your chair. Thank you. Say hi, everybody. Hi, my name is Bean. I was a thick gray boy. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Can you settle down here? Okay. Can't deny the bean. Yeah, I can only imagine. I've never worked in retail. I've only had I've had office jobs with a few exceptions, but not retail. Cheese sauce in lieu of wine. No liquor delivery services in your area, Anne? Uh-oh. How to be respectful. I'm not sure if I want to know what he did. It probably wasn't. Well, hopefully it wasn't that bad. Hi, sweet boy. Oh, are you just going to make yourself so comfy right here? Hi there. You can see his little face, can't you guys? Yeah. Hi, Bean. You're kind of awkward right now, and you kind of stink. Do you need to clean your booty? I think you do. You smell like Play-Doh. Why don't you go in your chair and clean your booty? Say, no, I'm going to sit right here. The only tension migraine of your life. I don't think I've ever had an actual migraine. Thankfully, I don't get headaches that often. Beanie, I can only pet you in limited fashion. I got one hand wet and one hand that's waiting for Topcoat. He's like headbutting my palm. Can we get back into your chair, please? Get in Beanie's chair. Off. Beanie's chair. Thank you. Good boy. You settle? Yeah, please settle down. Nail mail when you got home. Nice. Yeah, I tried to do that too. Like, especially with that package that was outside for like 6 hours because they did knock on the door. And with my cameras too when they came, even though I got those right away. When my cameras came, was an instance where I felt like the universe was aligning in my favor, unlike now. Because usually I'm not the only person here, but that day I was the only person here. And between me going in the bathroom when I initially got up, while I was sitting boiling my water for tea before I was about to get in the shower, the FedEx man came and knocked on the door. And I had to sign for them. So if I had not been in that little small window when he came, I'd have gotten out of the shower to one of those super piss you off stickies on your door talking about, oh, you weren't here to sign for your package. So, the rest of the stream, I'm not going to complain anymore about this manicure. I will only have positive things to say. I don't know if Uber Eats delivers wine, but I know there are in some places like liquor stores that have like a little delivery boy. I think you need to Google about that in your local area. I don't know if it's like a legal thing or if it's just like a, liquor store is willing to have a delivery boy on staff, or something like Uber Eats, or what's the other one around here? I think it's Bite Squad, and not sure what else. We've got an off-center bullseye here. And that's just fine. It's just a happy little accident. Everything's great and wonderful. No more complaining, I said. We're just gonna make it work. Okay, down to the bottom. Up to the top. That's really lopsided, and that's fine. What the hell? We're gonna anchor to the sides because it didn't spread all the way, so it doesn't drift all over. We're going to try and draw in enough for 2 nails, because we've got 2 nails left to dip, and wouldn't it be great to just get them both taken care of right now? Right now. Carefully, carefully. So carefully. So lightly. The very tippy tip, that point that we filed to a perfect point by hand. If you guys don't remember, we started out, how did nail artists celebrate? With the brand new fresh orange stick. That's how we kicked off the 12 days of Christmas. Well, we didn't kick it off because the water marble was day 2, but we started with a new orange stick for 12 days of Christmas. And because the orange stick's points don't come perfectly pointy, we painstakingly filed it to a lovely point right here on stream. And in this design, not sure how much you guys can see, there's gaps all through here, there's gaps all through there, but it's fine. It's fine. We're just going to avoid those goobers. We're going to try and be straight. We're going to try and go for the bestest part of the part that we can possibly best. We're going to dip in. We're going to clean up the surface. And we are going to call it a fucking day after we clean up and do top coat. Well, no, we're not calling it a day. Dang it, I used the wrong end. I mean, that's not the end of the world, but it shows that I'm getting absent-minded and not paying proper attention. Wow, how are these the best 2 out of that crappy cup? I mean, out of that perfectly fine cup. All you need to do to be good at water marbling is not give a damn. Oh, man. Please get off my tweezers there. Man, I swear, if I live to be 180, I will never fully understand water marbling. Hey, there you go, Amethyst. And Total Wine and more. Look, I mean, I know some little liquor stores don't like Total Wine because they're coming in and driving them out of business or whatever, but, like, step up your game, dude. Total Wine is nice. Total Wine is really nice. I definitely patronize my local Total Wine because Last time I tried to patronize my local liquor store, they didn't have what I wanted. And it wasn't that odd of a thing. And I know they do usually carry it. They were just out of it and hadn't bothered to restock. Which is the Nacho Father's Root Beer, for one thing. The other thing I really like is this drink. It's called a Bootlegger. It's lemon, lime, and mint. And I don't think the smaller liquor store usually carries that at all. And it's freaking delicious. And they didn't even like offer to be like, oh, could I help you find something similar? Or, you know, like any kind of helpful thing. They were just like, no, we're out. No, I don't think they even apologized. Maybe they did. Maybe I'm just making it up now so I can be madder at them. Oh no, the third. What color is it, Amethyst? Or Sunburnt? I try not to do that. I think I rarely do that because I have a pretty good mental spot. Like my memory for polish is better than my memory for people's names or any other thing. Well, you guys probably know that because I'm forever going like, well, who said that? Or wait, somebody said something. And I feel so bad about it because I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God, I'm just another little person to Colette. She doesn't care about me as an individual. I 100% do. I don't know. It helps somewhat, I think, actually reading all the names in chat. I think I am, generally speaking, more of like a visual learner. Like, I'm the type of person, if I make a grocery list and then forget the grocery list at home, I might still be able to get everything on that list because I can visualize the list that I wrote down and I can remember writing everything on the list as opposed to if I never had any list in the first place. Of course, now I'm smart and I have my grocery list on my cell phone, so I don't have that problem as much. But like I used to do that, especially like if I was at work or something before I had my cell phone, and I would just like, you know, be halfway through work and I'd like grab a post-it note and then I'd like jot things on it over the course of the day, and then I would like leave it stuck on the side of my computer or something and get to the store and be like, shit. But I'd be able to visualize and remember what I actually wanted to get. Hi, Jackie. No, we're just wrapping up and we're getting close to the end, but there's going to be another stream tonight also, which is going to be a testing stream. Oh, mahalo at me. I don't think I have that. I think I kind of want it. But I haven't bought any China Glaze collections lately. And I don't know if I were to do a China Glaze haul, if it would actually make the haul. Or maybe I did. Wait, did I get that when I... Now I'm just instantly doubting myself. Maybe I did get that in my last order from Transdesign. Ugh. Well, after 12 Days of Christmas, you guys, we really... I don't know. I don't know the exact timeline, but shit's gonna happen. I'm definitely... Even if we don't immediately start swatching, I'm definitely going to try to maintain streaming at least 4 days a week. I think doing the testing streams and the manicure streams separately, I feel like is really helpful. It keeps from having like really long streams. It helps me from like reaching that point in stream where all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I don't feel like streaming anymore. And it allows me to do more different times, which gives more different people time to pop in and out as their schedules or as their time zones allow. So definitely there will be testing. Had a lot of people actually seem super interested in like a cross-stitch stream. So that's on the radar. And like I said, the swatching project is coming. I'm not as on top of it as I should be, because of course I'm not. But the swatching project is happening. It is absolutely happening. You think you're just nuts. Really pretty, but not 3 bottle pretty. Yeah, and it's not maybe a color. I mean, like if I had like 3 bottles of liquid leather, that would not even be an issue because I know eventually I'm gonna go through them. Basic colors like that, go-to colors that I reach for like all the time during nail art. Aw, I don't know if I'm a celebrity, but you're welcome. I was uh I was looking on Discord and I was like, did I follow her? And then I was like, I'll look later. And then of course I forgot. But then eventually I remembered. Eventually. Okay, we're almost done here because why am I worrying about this much? This is not gonna be around for that long. We do have some bubbles. Let's get in super close so you guys can see the bubbles. So this is okay. This is as close as we can get with the webcam. And let's try to stay on camera. See these little bubbles on the ring finger here? So what we're going to do, we're going to take the flat end of the orange stick and we're going to just gently press, kind of a press and a pull. You're basically trying to pop the bubble. Like there's air trapped under there. Like a press and a pull to get it flat. See how you can still kind of see the roundness of them, but they're no longer popping up like they were. We've got some on the pinky here. Even this close, it's hard to see. But I think you guys can see like just enough to see what I'm talking about. Middle finger's okay. Index finger's okay. The thumb, the most icicly of them all. No bubbles at all. Over here, not too bad. We've got a couple little splats here. They look like bubbles, but they're not raised. So like little spots, they might be a bubble that already broke. They might just be a spot where there was a drop of water and it dried kind of weird. You only need to worry about the ones that are raised, like here on the middle finger. See how those are there? See how they're sticking up? If I put my nail in profile like that and you really can see them, like they're basically casting a shadow, you don't want those to pop. So carefully press and just like a slight pull. And especially if it's like right where 2 colors come together, kind of try to pull in the same direction as the water marble. And when I say pull, I just mean like I'm not only just patting, I'm kind of patting and pulling, but gently. Here's another really obvious one. You can see how it sticks up a little bit there. And it looks minor, and it is minor. And particularly with this hollowness, it would probably be minor if it popped because we got a hollow base coat too. Or a hollow base color, I should say. But it's just like if I'm driving, I'm going to use my blinker even if there's nobody behind me. I'm going to pop the bubbles even if they probably wouldn't be disastrous. It's good water marble etiquette. That's not quite right. Anyway, that's good enough. We've still got a little bit of polish on my fingers over here. A celebrity to you. Aw, Jackie. I the most I ever felt like a celebrity was when I got recognized in public, and it was weird. Like, I'm not saying if you ever see me in public, don't come up to me, but don't expect me to be quite as articulate as I may appear. Because number one, it's just always a shock, like, wow. And then number two, it's like I'm super awkward in person. And number three, it's like sometimes I'm like, the one time it happened, like they didn't say right away how they knew me, and I was thinking like, oh man, this is somebody I went to school with and I forgot, and I'm like racking my brain trying to figure out what their name is. And then finally they were like, I love your videos. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's a fan. I shouldn't know this person. I'm not going crazy. But funnily enough, both times it was at Target. Good old Target. One time, very suitably, it was in the polish aisle. Okay, I think we've got just about all that cleaned up. Now, well, let's close these. Now it's time for Topcoat. I feel like it would be easier meeting anybody that's like that I've chatted with than just like a random person. Because I feel a little bit like I know you guys. Although it'll still probably catch me off guard. I don't think I can't imagine ever like expecting to be recognized in public. Like, I mean, like Casey Neistat or something. It's always funny if you watch his videos on YouTube and he's like, you know, skateboarding through the streets of New York City and people are like, Casey, oh my God. Like everybody in New York seems like they know him. Okay, let's, yeah. Let's do the thing with the stuff. Once you've cleaned up, make sure to press any bubbles flat. Then I'm going to be finishing with the top coat. And as usual, I'm using Seche Vite. Alright, good old top coat. Maybe you'll just make everything better. I mean, not maybe. You will make everything better because you're top coat. And that's top coat's job. We'll see. I ended up yesterday adding a second layer of top coat on the gradient because it was looking a little rough. Partly, you know, when you do a reciprocal, because of having the vinyls, is basically kind of creating two different heights to your manicure, because the part with the vinyl is not getting however many layers of polish your second gradient is. So sometimes the top coat is not going to be fully smooth. Sometimes it's really obvious. Sometimes it almost like settles and you notice more later. Like on this one, it's pretty obvious. I've got some little bubbles popping out. See there on the pinky and the... God, I'm still zoomed in as close as possible. Dang it. You guys did not get the full satisfying top coat experience, but you will on the other hand. I'm sorry. Yo, that's a pretty good celebration. I wish I had some pie. I would join you in celebration. You know, I'm going to have to hold these next to each other. Just looking, I think the right hand is picked up a lot more silver than the left hand picked up. I'm going to compare them in just a second here. I mean, even on this, the top coat is doing its magic. I mean, look at that ring finger compared to the index finger. Now look at the index finger compared to the pointer finger. Now look at the pointer finger. Okay. I'm not going to continue that. But, you know, the urge was slightly there. I feel like it's making the blue more vibrant and the silver more obvious. In addition to just being, I mean, awesome and glossy. Yeah, this pointer in particular got a ton of silver. Where's all the... I mean, there's blue there. Oh, you guys. It's okay. We're going to have some super precise marbles coming at the very end of this series. Yeah, I'm going to do a second coat. What kind of pie, yo? Maybe I don't need to be jealous of your pie. Maybe it's the kind of pie that I don't like. I almost called it nasty pie, but that would be kind of insulting. And I'm sure you think it's delicious. I'm a very picky eater, though, which you guys may or may not have picked up on. Like with most things. And so I respect other people's right to be a picky eater also. And to like things that other people might not find delicious. Oh, sweet potato, though. Yeah, that's delicious. Not my favorite. My favorite is not going to be found anywhere outside of my mother's kitchen, though. because most places don't. No place I've ever found has peaches and cream pie with a graham cracker crust. Because really, any pie is improved by a graham cracker crust. Unless, okay, like my Minnesota people, I know I have a couple Minnesota people. You know the Yellow Candy Store down in Jordan? The biggest candy store, fucking, I don't know, in the world? Their pies, the crust of their pies, the pastry tastes like streusel. It doesn't taste like pie crust. It tastes like the topping on an apple crisp, or like just so freaking good, you guys. Oh my god. I had a slice of their apple caramel pie on my second Thanksgiving, which is at my brother's house, day after Thanksgiving. And he had been out that direction for work, so he stopped there and he got one for his wife to share. And it was planned to be shared, and then we were talking about it, and she was like, well, I'm not sharing that. And then he was like, wait a minute, I called you while I was there, and I asked you if I should buy 2, and you said, oh, you don't need to buy 2, and you said you were sharing, now you're going to say you're not going to share the pie. And they were like kind of fake fighting, but kind of seriously fighting, like, dude, you need to share this pie. Because the pie is delicious. I was kind of laughing, and then I got a slice of this pie, and I was like, oh, I've never had pastry this delicious. So, yeah, definitely, I mean, if you compare these, this one's tons more silver than this one is much more blue. I think that's the most silver out of all of the nails. The thumb is still the icicliest. Like, we just, the placement of getting that silver, like, right at the base and how it just goes toward the tip. And there's not, like, a ton of water marble pattern at the tip. We've only got, like, 2 or 3 rings. It goes to, like, the dark blue, the medium blue, and a little bit more silver toward the tip. The rest of them actually picked up more pattern, although it's harder to see in most cases. But even the couple that I was trying to aim to have a similar to the thumb didn't really turn out similar to the thumb at all, including the other thumb. It's not what I wanted, but I don't hate it. Lemon meringue. I like lemon meringue with the huge high topping of meringue. Oh, yes, Oreo crumb crust. Yes, agree, sunburnt. How could I have forgotten Oreo crust? I'll go to one of the, like, 2 remaining Baker Squares around here and give me some damn Oreo pie with the Oreo crust. God, that sounds so good right now. It's almost dinner time. I'm just hungry. I don't actually have any need for pie at this exact moment. I mean, I suppose technically nobody needs pie ever. Pie is not a life and death situation. Let's see where I can send you guys. We're gonna wrap up here for... Okay, it's 6:07. We finished in less than an hour from when we said that before. Because I said if we could wrap it up by 6:30, that should be great. So, ETA for the evening stream is in approximately 2 hours. About 8 o'clock Central. So I want to eat dinner and decompress and pull some polishes before stream, so I don't keep, like, leaving you guys and going over to the Helmers to pull polishes. 5 minutes from your house, yeah. Well, you know, the thing with Baker Square that's a bad thing for me is that, like, a whole pie is, like, the same price as, like, 3 slices. So if you go and you get, like, 2 slices, you're, like, almost to the price of a whole pie. But, I mean, like, if you have a whole pie in your refrigerator, you just feel kind of guilty. And then you have to eat pie. And then you feel guilty. And there's still more pie in the fridge. So guess how long that pie in the fridge lasts? It's not a very long time, I'll tell you that. I see where we're going. I see exactly where we're going. We have a raid target, you guys. I don't have a raid message other than just, like, hello. If it's like a video game, usually it would be like hello and good luck, but it's art. So I don't think that she necessarily needs a good luck. But I'm going to send you guys on over to Coney. Some of you guys know her. She hangs out in here from time to time. And she's got some artistic things going on. What exactly are we doing? Cat Tuesday. I don't know what that means unless this little fellow is supposed to be a little cat. It's a little adorable creature. And thank you for the bits. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there. Let me get this raid started. For hanging in there with me. We struggled on this one. Struggle bus for real. But we got it done. We're going to do testing tonight. Oh, 2 days, says with the last slice on her plate. Enjoy that last slice, yo. And if you guys have time, I hope I'll see you later tonight. Otherwise, the rest of this week should be 2 o'clock streams. Maybe an evening stream Thursday. Probably an evening stream Friday instead of an afternoon stream. I'll try to update the thing below my thing. And I'll see you guys later. All right.